Let's cut through the noise. AI is flooding the financial services space right now, and most advisors, they're either overwhelmed or skeptical or just trying to ignore it altogether. But the truth is that AI for financial advisors is not just for note-taking or compliance automation or dashboard analytics. For all the advisors who are using Jump and FinMate and Zocks or whatever you're using for note-taking, that's a good starting point, but that's just table stakes, especially if you're an advisor who wants to use AI to stand out to high net worth investors. Today I'm going to show you the best AI use case for financial advisors, and it's not inside your CRM or your planning software. It's something far more powerful and far more personal. Hi, I'm Jon Cook, founder of Keynote Content, helping you own your message, speak with conviction, and elevate your impact. And over the past several years, I've worked with close to 300 financial advisors and their teams to stand out as preeminent experts and bring that message to more audiences. Now, when advisors think about AI, a lot of advisors, they think of tools like compliance bots and CRM plugins and note-taking AI like Jump and FinMate and Zocks and these automated portfolio summaries and a few other use cases. And yes, those all have value, but they're also deeply limited. They're built for efficiency, they're built for data, they're built for convenience and streamlining, but they're not built specifically for you. They're not specifically built for your exact book. But the true challenge for advisors with these types of AI tools is that these tools and these platforms, they tend to focus on the technical side of what you do, but they don't carry your voice. They don't communicate with the same type of tone, the same nuances, the same style, the same purpose and care that your clients love about how you communicate. AI, it doesn't fully understand, at least not yet, it doesn't fully understand the way that you walk clients through a tough decision, the way that you see the world beyond the stock market, beyond market volatility and portfolio performance, the way that you see the work that you do with your clients. And it certainly doesn't know how to sound like the person that your clients trust. So there is a significant difference between just an AI tool and an AI thought partner. And that's where the shift happens, because most advisors that I worked with, ones that I connect with, like many industry professionals, they're using AI like this Swiss Army knife. They're just pulling out for occasional tasks. Oh, I can do this, can do this, can do this. But the most powerful advisors over the next 5 years will use AI like a strategic thought partner. You'll use it as someone that helps them brainstorm articles and topics and ideas in your own voice, and one that supports your meeting prep, and it's these debrief reflections going, this summaries, you can put it together because it's there in the meetings with you and can help summarize it in the best possible way. They're using AI that gives feedback in these key client communications, and one that understands what is your client empathy model, how you connect with them on an emotional human-to-human level, and not just segmentation according to their investment style and the vehicles and their risk tolerance and all these other different aspects on the technical side. Think of this like your own personal Jarvis, like Tony Stark has, but it's built for you to think like you, to bring the best of you to the advisory space. Now, this isn't science fiction. This is what my team and I are building right now that we call the Expert Voice GPT. It's not automation, it's not alignment, it's not content hacks, it's messaging stewardship, because your voice, your message is too valuable to just outsource to a random prompt and comes back, and whatever that comes back with, that's what you use. It's too valuable to do that because it's not just some random output, it's from the core of your purpose and what you do as an advisor. But it's too powerful not to leverage that voice beyond your capacity as a human being. So what this is it's the ability to create a trusted thought partner, one that's trained on your process, your message, your values, and it helps you think and write and lead with greater clarity and confidence. So what does this look like in real life? What does a custom trained GPT actually do for you? Well, first we need to find out, what is it actually trained on? It's trained on your brand positioning, it's trained on your heroic client story, your purpose paradigm, all these key pieces that help you differentiate yourself in the marketplace from other advisors, often ones even inside your own firm. And with the right trained custom GPT, it can help you as an advisor draft up these weekly thought leadership contents, whether it's a LinkedIn article or it's a newsletter to your investors, or it's sending out to some type of industry publication. It actually sounds like you. It can also help you prepare for this prospect meeting and say, what are the personalized notes based on the intake form, based on what you're seeing inside all the information, and what are the potential objections that this prospect will raise that you can maybe be coached on with dialogue with your custom GPT ahead of time, so that when you get into that conversation with a prospect, you already have a good idea what is actually driving a lot of those personal objections and what matters the most to them based on what they've already shared. You can prepare for that ahead of time instead of kind of maybe even guessing or asking a lot of leading questions. It helps you know what is actually going on behind the scenes. A great custom GPT can also help you recreate or rewrite the onboarding experience. Instead of taking some kind of boilerplate onboarding experience from another firm or from like a broker-dealer, you can say, what is our version that sounds like me and something that I'm confident is actually going to communicate the heart and the purpose behind how I lead our firm as an advisor. This will build a greater relational connection, help you build greater trust faster. But you can also use some of that content off of the email side of things. You can bring in that content and create LinkedIn carousels, posts based on what are investors facing right now, and then write content specific to your perspective based on what's trending, whether it's about tariffs or about global economy or whatever it might be. What is it they're facing right now, and how can you give your perspective without starting from scratch? You can even answer strategic marketing questions, find out like where are the gaps in our firm's positioning and our messaging that we're looking to see. How can we really fill those gaps and look for ways that investors can say, I see that you're speaking about these problems at an angle and at a level that no other advisor in my space is talking about this right now. It will help you stand out more as what I call a truly preeminent expert. So this is having a full-time message strategist and a writing assistant all boiled into one who never forgets your values and never mistakes your tone. It has your frameworks dialed in and it's available 24/7. Again, like I said, it's like having your own Jarvis, but this is one that FINRA will actually feel comfortable with you using it. So how does this work for human-first advisors? You want to know what is the competitive edge with having this in place, because being faster isn't necessarily always best in the advisor space, but showing up clearer, more consistently, and more trustworthy than the average garden variety advisor down the street, you're going to be kicking their butt in a short amount of time because you're using AI the right way. And you might be thinking, John, I don't want to lose who I am as an advisor. I don't want to lose a chance to connect with my clients in real conversations, having that human-to-human connection. That's why I got into this space. I became an advisor because I want to help people. There's a reason why advisors who lead with that relationship-first value, those are often the slowest to adopt AI, and I get it. It's because you don't want to lose what makes you great. You don't want to lose that human-to-human connection, and that's exactly the point. I love using AI, but not at the cost of human connection. The right approach to building and deploying these custom AI assistants, especially as an advisor, is that it's trained to think and act like you would and like you do, but without burning out so much of your mental energy. You don't have to lose your voice. You don't have to ascribe away your creativity. You can scale your voice, kind of that message, that way that you talk about what you do. You can scale that to the right audience and serve your clients even better using AI if it's trained properly. And this kind of AI, it isn't about becoming robotic. It's about removing the friction from your content, from your marketing, from your brand communication, so you can spend more time doing what only you can do. Connect with clients who trust exactly you. And in the next few years, we will see more and more advisors who will have these custom AI assistants as the central hub, as kind of like this quarterback of an entire AI ecosystem inside your advisory businesses. This AI assistant will be at the heart of every client interaction, every conversation, and it's going to be tied to your financial planning software, your CRM, your scheduling tool, your note taker, your portfolio management software, your trading algorithm, and so much more. But this ecosystem will help you build trust faster. It'll help you improve your client loyalty, the client stickiness, especially if you go to transfer to another firm or even going independent. It's going to be able to leverage that massive amount of information to create a more personalized experience for every client. The time is now to lead the future with your voice, not just your tech stack. Because the best use of AI, especially for advisors, isn't just another dashboard. It's not just summaries or inbox hacks. All of those are valuable. I'm not saying that they're not. And those will all save you significant time as an advisor. But the best AI use case is having a trained and trusted thought partner, one that reflects who you truly are as an advisor, why you lead the way that you lead, your perspective, and what your clients truly value. And if you're an advisor who believes in human first, kind of this conviction-based approach to sharing your value, and you want to build the messaging that grows with you, not against you, doesn't try to replace you, invest in training AI to amplify the best parts of your perspective as an advisor. That includes building your Expert Voice GPT, and it's trained on your tone, your style, your message, and this trust-based differentiation. Because in the future of financial advising, your voice is still your greatest asset. And now you can scale it with clarity and confidence. And if you want to amplify your message, if you want to lead with a distinct message, not just adding more noise, if you want to blend clarity and conviction and AI without ever sounding like this copy of somebody else, connect with my team and I to start a conversation. It starts with filling out our intake form at keynotecontent.com/intake, and it takes less than 3 minutes to fill out a form, and yes, my team and I, we timed it. And when you complete the form, it allows us to review what you shared and see if it makes sense for us to even have a conversation. And we can help you train your Expert Voice GPT as an advisor, and we can design this message strategy and integrate it with incredible tools and other platforms to reach a greater audience with the right approach. If you're not quite ready to connect, that's okay. Hopefully you still like what I shared today, and if so, please give us a thumbs up and hit subscribe to catch more of my videos about how to speak with conviction for a stronger human connection. Now, creating and using your own AI assistant and it's having it trained on your process, your framework, perspective, your values, that gets to the heart of why it's worth standing out as an advisor. But the problem is that of a lot of advisors, they simply blend in, they sound boring, they sound bland, and there are a lot of reasons for this. But you've seen this before. While looking at these different advisors' websites, they all look and sound the same. So why does that happen? Well, I created a video that gets to the real root of that problem and how you can stand out as a preeminent expert in the advisory space. Hit play on this next video, and I'll see you there.